Alright, hi everybody, this is Bonkai922. Okay, it's time for Dusk Maiden Amnesia. This show is very good, I have to say. And when I mean very good, I'm not being the opening, oh my god, godly. Now, I already probably said this about this show. The people who do this show do another. The one who does they do part of the animation for the show another. And this opening, the song is stupendous, just fantastic. And this actually goes out to Yokorama Game Talk. Man, you gotta watch this show. This show is great, like really good. But anyway, this episode basically we meet up with Taichi. He's the main character. He's the protagonist of this show. And basically, episode 2 was how he meets the other members of the Paranormal Investigation Club. We saw how he met Okanugi. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Okanugi. And in this episode, we find out how he meets Kyrie. Basically what happens is, he's with Yuko, and they're talking, and then we see somebody watching them. And this is obviously Kyrie. And she sees Yuko for what she is. And later on, he gets a letter in his locker. Taichi. I almost call him Tenchi. Taichi. He gets a letter in his locker, and somebody wants to meet him about the whole thing with the girl, with Yuko. And it's obviously Kyrie. And meanwhile, Ukanugi and Yuku, they're waiting for him at the club room. So he's talking to Kyrie, and she's like, "Oh, you're being possessed by her. You don't see what she really looks like." I don't like Kyrie. I think she's just a fucking bitch. She's a bitch. I'm sorry. I don't like her at all. I think she's just a stuck-up bitch, and she's just jealous. That's right, I said it. She's a bitch. Starting to act like the person who commented on my Fate Zero review and said, "Oh, I hate fucking Saber." But yeah, she's just a stuck-up bitch, Kyrie. She's like a fucking hoe. Sorry, but that's the way I feel about her. She's just not, But anyway, she's basically warning him about it, and saying, and he's like saying, like, "How do you know? Can you really see her?" He says, "Yeah," and basically, after that provocation or altercation with her, it starts to rain, and Yuko comes to find Taichi, and he sees him, and they're back at the school drying off from the rain, and she's like naked and everything. And that's when Kyrie comes back and tells him, "Oh, she's just using you. She wants to possess you, always be with you." And he sees Yuko for what she is. Talk about scary fucking shit. She's like, her skin is all ash, and she's got red eyes, and her hair is just like, and her arms are dangling and shit. It's not a pretty sight. So what ends on happening is he's running with Kyrie along, running away and stuff. And I just don't like Kyrie. She's a bitch. And you know what's so fucked up? They're running away from Yuko, and then they eventually get to the club room. They get to that hidden area of, where he found her body, Yuko's body. And basically what happens is they find her body. They don't find it yet. Yuko shows up out of nowhere, And she's like saying, "You're not gonna take him away from me." And then Kyrie's like, she's so scared, and she fucking falls down. She goes downstairs. I'm like, fucking bitch. What a scaredy little bitch. Fucking hoe. Sorry, but I just don't like her. She's like just snotty bitch. She even calls Tenchi a pervert. Like, fuck you. Why don't you go get yourself a guy then? But anyway, basically, and Teichi and Yuko have a few words, and he was really scared about the way she looked, so on and so forth. But he says that he remembers her for what he saw, which was she had really smooth skin, she had pretty eyes, pretty hair, whole business. Of course, when he's imagining this, she's naked. Duh. And that's when something interesting happens that we didn't see in the first 2 episodes. He goes down the stairs, finds her body, and talking to Kyrie. And while he's talking to her, they find out that her body, for Yuko's body, her leg was broken. Because they see her body and there's bone fragments that are chipped. You see her leg broken. And then they find an interesting room. And in the room is a temple. Very strange. It's almost like a shrine, which was very peculiar. And you see all these talismans and stuff in the room. Very strange and peculiar over there. And from there we find out, and that's what happened there. And they leave the room, and Kyrie leaves. And when she gets out of there, she sees Yuko again, and she's scared, and she leaves the room. And then you obviously see that things have gone back to normal from what was happening before. And then as Kyrie's walking away, she's like, maybe I was wrong. Maybe that dark spirit I saw wasn't Yuko. And then we see an ominous thing in the shadow. Some kind of ghostly figurine looking at Kyrie. And then from there, we get the next day with the Paranormal Investigation Club. Kyrie decides to join the club. Stupid bitch. And then we have Kyrie, Okonogi, Teichi, and of course Yuko. So that's pretty much how it went down, give or take. And then basically, before it ended, we heard a story from Okonoki saying that there was a second story behind. What was I saying? It was the second story behind the thing with from the Spirited Away story, which that's what the story was. The ghost story was in this episode. And that story was that there was a temple in the school, and the reason why she died, Yuko, supposedly, was because she was spirited away. So it wasn't actually what we thought. So Yuko supposedly isn't the reason why people were spirited away. Long story short. Good episode. I like how this is developing. It's like they're trying to find out her past, Yuko's past, so they can help her figure it out. I like how this is going. This is getting really good. Really good, really quick. But I want to see more. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. I want to see more, though. The end, but possibly this was a much better. This might be. I like the opening and closing of this better than I do the opening and closing for another. I have to say. No shitting here. Better opening and closing than another. At least that's what I feel for it. What do you guys feel about it? But that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. So after this, I think I'll do my review for Watch It and do a review for Fate Zero, and we'll see. Okay? This has been Bonkai922. I'm liking this show, Amnesia. It's very good. You guys check it out. Check it out. It's good. You like supernatural stuff, this is up your alley. See you guys later.